Oh, good morning. It's about 9:25 Thursday. Be careful back there. The 28th of November, Thanksgiving Day. It's been pretty stress-free so far. I actually went on a live stream last night. Had the opportunity to do that because everything was smooth sailing. Starting to get used to this. It's something you do every year, like once a year. So you kind of forget things and order of things. I probably need to make myself better notes. Like the brine. I don't know why I cut the brine so, preparing the brine. Let me back up, sorry. I prepare a brine every year for my turkey. And every year I make the brine like real close to the time where the turkey needs to go into the brine. And this is like my third year, I think. Second or third year doing the brine. And this year I'm thinking like during the day going, why am I not, even in the video the guy says put it in overnight, and why am I making it the same day I'm putting the turkey in? So it's just one of those little stupid things that it's obvious right in front of you and you don't think about it. So I prepared the brine earlier in the day because what you have to do, you have to heat it up. It's a really cool recipe. If I remember, I'll put it in the link here. There's a guy that I watch every year. I wrote the recipe down, but I like watching the guy prepare it. Shoot. Okay. And I gotta chill. I really gotta chill because I get the turkey back there. Transferring from fridge to fridge. We're running out of space at our house, so we're taking it over to my mother-in-law's because we're not starting until, I don't think the turkey goes on until about 4. So I'm getting it over there because we have a lot more stuff coming in from other locations for my wife to make stuff. So it's in transport. We're turkey transport. Anyway, so I watch the guy every year because I love watching his video. I just like his enthusiasm. And, and he shows in there, how to make the brine. And, it even says there, I put it in overnight. I'm like, oh, well, why am I not doing that? So I made it earlier in the day because part of the process is you have to heat it up. It's not a lot of ingredients. It's like, what is it? It's a broth. He uses vegetable broth. I use chicken broth. I use like 4 of those broth containers. What are they? Quarts or whatever. And use 4 of those. And there's like some brown sugar, allspice. What else is in there? Salt. Did I say brown sugar? Whatever. So I can show you the recipe. So he puts it in there, but you have to bring it to a boil. You bring it up to a boil, you stir it up so everything just cooks together nicely. Once it boils, you turn the heat off, get it off the heat so it doesn't, I guess, overcook, burn or anything, I guess. Then I stir it up, and then it fits perfectly into a 1-gallon pitcher. And what you have to do, though, you have to let it cool off. So that cooling off process takes a while. For about a gallon of water, it takes some time. And like I remember last year now, I'm like, man, is that stuff going to cool off in time? So luckily I remembered yesterday, and said, oh, why don't I just make it earlier? Maybe the next year I'll make it the night before. Oh, okay, what an idea. What a concept. I gotta remember to go slow here because the water's about that far from the top of I'm transporting my turkey in the pot that I cook it in. And you can kind of see the lid right about there. It's about that much water, but it doesn't take much for water to splash out. I actually put a tarp down and everything for the splash zone back there. But yeah, so I cooked it earlier, or made it earlier in the day, let it sit. It cooled off pretty well in the pot. Then I went ahead and transferred it over into the gallon container and threw it in. And then I went on the live stream last night and fooled around for about 2 hours. Came out and it was nice and cool and everything was good. This year is a little different because we're doing 2 turkeys. So I'm talking to my sister-in-law. I'm gonna be like, hey, I need 1 turkey. I don't want to do this 2 turkey thing because I had to do all this weird math. It wasn't difficult, but I like to complain. Anyway, usually I can do up to an 18-pound turkey in that thing. And we usually do about 16 to 18 pounds. It varies. This year they gave me 2 12-pound turkeys. So I'm like, great, because you can't cook them at the same time. I don't think you can. I don't want to try that. I want to give the turkey, you got to let that oil from the deep fry really do its work all around. So you don't want another turkey kind of blocking up the middle or sides of a turkey. So I got to do 2 turkeys. And so I did the math on it. There's a science to it. I'm probably gonna do a video later. We'll see, but I'm just gonna go through it right now a little bit. It's like 3 minutes per pound, and you do that math, and then you add 5 minutes to that number, whatever your number comes out to. So we had to break that up. My wife said what we can do is cook the first turkey, then we're gonna get it out, and then we can just, she's gonna have the oven going just on a low heat just to keep things warm, and she's gonna have other things in there. So we'll take the first turkey out and get that in the oven so it stays warm, and then go ahead and prepare the second turkey. But you know, you got to take the turkey out, then you got to get the make sure the water, the temp's up to, I think it's like 350 you try to maintain it at. You got to get that water, that heat back up, and so I don't know what the difference is on that. So I know we gave it some time to let the water heat up again, or I mean the oil to heat up again, and then we can get that second turkey in. So I did all the math, so it looks like I'm going to start about 3:15. Every year it works out pretty good as far as my math, so I think we're going to be good. Start about 3:15. We get the first turkey in by 4. That one comes out like 4:45. Then the second turkey goes in about 5. That sucker should be out about 4:45. Get it out, and we eat by around 6 o'clock. That's the plan, and it usually works. Not feeling any stress off it. I got a good clean. I had 2 propane tanks, but they were both feeling kind of light, so I went ahead and purchased a new one. And that was a whole new thing too. I went over to Walmart and I'm carrying my propane tank, and usually you get your propane from, like, you know, get somebody from the garden section to come out and help you. And I'm walking up and I'm like, a freaking garden section's closed. I gotta carry this propane tank through the store. But I get up and I see the rack out there of propane tanks, but I'm looking and it has a screen. It's automated now. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I've never done this before, but it's actually automated. I'm like, this is kind of cool. And I'm like, how are they gonna, must use scales and all kinds of stuff. I don't know how they do it, but because you can, when you bring a propane tank, you can either get a new one, and it's probably, I think it's maybe $10 more than if you're exchanging a tank. Something like that, $5 to $10 more. But if you're exchanging a tank, it's like 20 bucks. So I go, I use the screen, and I say I'm going to do an exchange, and it says okay, and it all of a sudden the door, it says use door number 131 or something. It goes boop, the door opens, put your old tank in here. I'm like, all right. So I put my tank in there. It says close door tightly. I'm like, and it says, then another one pops open, your new tank is on door 2A or something. I'm like, that's pretty freaking cool. That's cool, you know. And a lot of people, you know, they don't like automation because they say it, you know, it takes jobs from people. But I think a propane tank thing is okay. Those people in the garden section, they're busy enough. I don't think putting out a propane tank, automated propane tank system is going to cause anybody to lose a job. And they never like to do it anyway, you know. So I think it just made their job a little easier, and they can focus on the flowers and stocking the shelves. So that's my theory on it. But anyway, yeah, so that was pretty cool. So I got the propane tank, and that's all set. Just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and use my older one first, and if it runs out, then I have the other one just to pop it on, and it won't make that much. It won't make a difference. It'll heat it right up because the water already be warm, and it'll just continue. It should. So yeah, and you just don't know. They have these little gauges you can buy too. I need to get one. We used to have one, but it stopped working. But it's a little gauge that you put between your propane tank, and I think you just put it on the propane tank. I don't remember how it worked exactly. If you just put on propane tank, or if you do the whole hookup from like propane tank to the heating system of a deep fryer, or yeah, deep fryer. But it gauges it, tells you how much gas is in there. So I gotta get another one of those. That way I'm not worrying about, do I have enough gas in there or whatever. So that's what it is. That's where we are. We are almost to my location, so I'm gonna get in there. So everything's going smooth. The wife's already cooking stuff. She's gonna have everything. So we're gonna just straighten up the house a little bit. We were trying to get a lot of stuff done so that we're not stressing out and busy, because then you're not in a great mood to greet people when you're just working, all of a sudden people show up at your house. I mean, that's the last time you want people showing up, is when you've been busting your butt all day and then people show up. It's like, I don't want to see you. So I want to be in a better mood this year and just chill and not have to worry about things. And I think we did a pretty good job of accomplishing that. The main room. No, you go. The main room is all set up. I don't want to hit anybody in traffic on Thanksgiving. I mean, imagine that. Oop. Good. The main room where everybody's going to be is ready. Just have to put sheets up, but the chairs are down, everything. Good to go. So anyway, guys, well, I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I might have another video later showing my deep fry process. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. If I'm feeling froggy, I'll jump. But I just wanted to share, say good morning to you and get this message out. And hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving and enjoy your day, however you're spending it. And I will talk to you later. Bye.